Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to team meeting 45. Today will be, happy Groundhog Day, of course. I heard we're getting 6 more weeks of snow. We're introducing Sujin.
Depends on where you are.
Yeah, no, we're not getting snow. We're introducing Sujin. We have some questions from the faculty. We don't have any new courses, but we do have existentialism of existentialist philosophy and literature starting today, and that's been getting a bit of buzz, and there have been quite some sign-ups there, but there's still spaces for you, so if you're interested in signing up, then sign up there. And of course, subscribe to our channel, which I've been forgetting to say recently. And Rob, what's up with your hair?
What's up with my hair? Thank you, Daniel, for that. We just got a big snowstorm, and I took a shower this morning and then went promptly out to shovel out the cars. And when you go out with wet hair and you put your hat on, you end up with, very bad hair. So that's what's up with my hair this morning. Thank you very much. I can hardly wait to get you back for that. Team meeting 45. Let's start with introducing the newest member of the team, and who you can see on the screen. This is Sujin Hedrick. She is our director of community. She comes to us from the great state of Georgia. And Sujin, why don't you introduce yourself?
All right. Hi, everyone. As Rob said, I am Sujin, and I'm from Georgia, where it is gratefully above freezing for the moment. I'm sure my sympathy is limited when I complain about it being cold. But so far, I've worked on education. I've done some private tutoring and long-term substitute teaching, usually math and science. And then I have also worked with technology startups. So seeing something with educational technology is really exciting, and I am so grateful to be joining the Oplerno team.
Yeah, Sujin's, we're really excited to have her because she brings a lot of different skill sets to Oplerno, and she'll be helping us redesign the website, working on the marketing, and also really building the community. Because as you'll see from the when you guys get a little bit later on today or tomorrow, the February update, you'll see that marketing is really a thing that we have to, that we're working hard to improve, that we've got to have a whole lot more engagement and a lot more web traffic. And Sujin's sort of the first of a group of people that we're going to bring on board to do this in a systematic way. So Sujin's great because she's not only can do coding, but she can do website stuff and all kinds of good things for the outreach, which is excellent because we need that because we have, that's what Oplerno is all about. Okay.
Well, thank you for flattering me, Rob.
Well, no, you're a great find, and we found Sujin. You found us through AngelList, right?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, AngelList has been our best recruiter. If you haven't used it, go on angel.co and check out our web profile. But you can also make sure that you take a look at, there's all kinds of different people if you've got your own startup or your own company that you can access and then get to apply. And we've had a great series of candidates who've reached out to us. So yeah, it's a wonderful tool. And you can check out our jobs that we are offering. The jobs that are open are listed on the website on the AngelList or angel.co. We've mentioned Greg Sadler's class, but just want to mention again, you all might know Greg from Woodblock. He was one of the main people who very kindly drove up and spent a bunch of time with us in Burlington. And Greg has taught online before, but he also has a significant following on YouTube and Twitter, and creates these really amazing videos of different subjects in philosophy. And his class is starting or has just started today, and so check it out. Daniel will post the link on the website. Sorry, on this feed. And also, this is the third week of our course development for Oplerno faculty, and it's really, really interesting. The course was originally 6 weeks, but I think next time we run it, it's going to be 3. We're finding we don't need generally 6 weeks to teach the class, and it's been great. We've gotten a lot of really good feedback from faculty who've been taking it, and it'll be fun to at the end of the next several weeks to be posting new courses that are available for us on our marketplace. Please remember to check out the certificates that are being developed, and we've gotten a couple questions on certificate development, which we can get to in a little bit. So let's go to questions from faculty. Daniel, Dan, do you want to handle that, or the first question?
Just the proctoring question?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a question from a faculty member who is joining us in the process of applying about the question is there any structure set up for ensuring that it is really the student who is taking the quiz or exam? Essentially, is there any way to proctor a quiz and exam to verify the identity of the student? And at the moment, Canvas does not have any built-in applications or anything that would allow us to do that. We have looked into a number of ways, least invasive, but still ensuring identification ways to do that. We're starting to look into some software aspects, as well as the idea that a student could go take the exam at a library or have a teacher or a trusted person administer the exam and just make sure that it's all academic honesty is being abided by and respected. So that's just where we're at with that. Rob, I know, has some thoughts on it, and
yeah, I think we've had a discussion online about sort of the issue of these proctoring services. I'm sort of for me, I'm getting a little I'm a little concerned about the amount of verification that has to happen in terms of people not trusting each other. You have to have a certain amount of integrity to take a test. Now, granted, there are people who cheat on that, but what's really interesting is we'll be able to kind of catch that with the portfolio system, because if you don't have the skills you say you do, and you go off to a job and then an employer or someone then says, hey, this person didn't have the skills, we'll be able to later on trace that back to the faculty or the instructor. It's just, but you created a really good counter argument that this was not, this was using technology to make sure that the people were doing what they were, supposed to, and educate in an educational and ethical way. And so, you've convinced me that this is definitely a service we want to offer, and that's important. So, yeah, we're going to figure out a way to get this service offered so that exams and quizzes, if the professor wants, can be verified. It's going to be next to impossible to check up on whether, well, there are services you can use to check to see whether papers have been plagiarized or not. And we're probably going to have to develop some ways to access that. I mean, I just would use Google, cut and paste a section in and then type it into a Google search engine, and usually I can figure out if somebody was plagiarizing or not. And it's also, since the classes are smaller, I think we're going to hopefully have less of an issue with that, because you really get to know your students and you get to know their writing styles and whether they can produce something, like that or not. But it's totally, I totally see the need for certain exams to have some sort of verified identity check, especially if with certain particular subjects, and if they're, let's say, multiple choice exams or math based. I think it's very difficult to cheat on essay exams, especially if the exams aren't pre-announced. But that's just me. Especially if you have a set time, hey, do it in 45 minutes or an hour. So it's a service we'll offer, and yeah.
I've been noticing with a number of these online proctoring services that they account for the countries where technology is infused with the country. So where people have a computer and a digital phone, and they have a lot of these services. But say as we said in the past, countries in South America, for example, a lot of people only have a mobile phone, so they can only do it with a smartphone. So they wouldn't have a camera on their phone and a camera, or have a camera in front of them on their laptop and a camera behind them on their phone, because they would be putting it all into their phone. So there will be also different issues with that as well with some of these online proctoring services. But we do want to look at what is possible, of course, what will actually work for most of the people who are working with us.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things is that I think there were notes that we don't want you taking a picture of your government issued ID, putting it in online and giving it to that company. That's just ripe for identity theft. I think the idea of the way you type is unique to you, and if there's something we could do with that. But hopefully you should be able to recognize and see all your students. You can actually, be interesting. Get them all together on a Google Hangout and just have the cameras on them. I don't know. We'll figure out something like that for those people who want that type of solution. But I like the debate that we had online.
It also allows somebody to securely protect their work. Say their machine was stolen and someone was able to log in onto their course, that person couldn't sabotage their work. It's just a double-edged safety net.
Yeah, thanks to Mike McConnell for bringing that question up. All right. Any other questions that we have? Let me just check, because I did get a few.
While Rob is looking up that question, I just want to give a shout out to the guys the people, the men and the women. Joanna has been a great helper. From Pivotal Tracker, they're giving us a free academic a license so we can use their software. It's really, really good. It's going to really help us with the back-end development. So thank you guys from people from Pivotal Tracker, men and women. Thank you.
We've a couple of questions. From one question from Jerry Henderson. Where do I submit my proposals? If you've got a new class that you're submitting a proposal for, you can send them directly to faculty@oplerno.com, and we'll take a look at it. And if you're already an instructor with us, then we'll take a look at the proposal and then set you up with another class to develop. That was really the only other pressing question that that we had. Let's see. Only other thing that I'd like to go over in the open session of our meeting is the fact that for faculty to get out and get the word out about your classes. I'm going to hold up Greg Sadler as another. As an example again, Greg's done a really great job on social media of tweeting out his class, of activating his networks, of creating a following, so that people will register and understand what the class is about. That's going to be critical for Oplerno and critical for the faculty members. We're not going to be spending a lot of money on search engine optimization or Google AdWords right now. We're going to be just spending a lot of time creating content and getting the word out. And so you're going to also, as a faculty member, going to need to do that. We're not the type of outfit that's just going to give you students or assign you particular sections like at most universities. You're going to have to work with us to do that, and we're really excited to. And now that we're getting more and more people on board to help with that, that's going to be a lot of fun. Personally, for myself, and we're going to have to talk as a team about this, I'd rather get people on board. We don't have the resources to do the Google AdWords or the SEO, but longer term, I'd rather actually hire people to get out and do the, produce things online and work with faculty on activating their networks, than just do the classic straight online ad campaign, for a couple different reasons. One is education's all about high touch. It's all about interacting one-on-one. You can't, that's just how you do it, one mind at a time, one group at a time. And there's also the other thing about, jobs. The more people in terms of faculty that we can get engaged in producing course content, and the more people that we can hire or get on board with Oplerno, sort of, in my mind, the better. We can do a really good job, make money for the faculty, but also we're going to measure our work and our success by, in addition to the number of people we're able to employ and the wealth and lifestyles that we're able to create for the people working directly for Oplerno in terms of staff and in the support roles, like all 5 of us. So I think that's it, unless, Daniel or Michael, you guys got anything you want to kind of, update the entire community on? Or what you're working on for the next, for the next week that you want to share publicly?
I'm good, Rob.
Okay.
And I'll be probably working a lot with Sujin this weekend. This week, doing a lot of changes to our sites. She's given us a couple of really good pointers, and she made a brilliant teardown, which I'd love to publish at some point in time. So we might even put that up somewhere about what we could do better. But we'll also discuss that. So we'll be working a lot on the site this week.
Yeah, we'll probably talk about the teardown publicly next week, and Sujin can lead the discussion with that. We just haven't internally had a chance to talk about that as a team. All right.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm not quite done with it yet.
Oh, I know you aren't, but I like the the whole thing, the teardown that you wrote on the the landing page was excellent, and the stuff you're doing in terms of the suggestions in terms of the onboarding of the students and the faculty, that's all really, really good. So exactly what I would suspect after talking with you for the last 2 weeks before we were able to get you on board, and it's really exciting. We're very happy. We've got a great person to do the Director of Community job. All right.
Yep.
So I think that's it for right now. We will see you online, and please feel free to contact us with questions at oplerno.com or any concerns that you have to either one of the 5 of us or to me at skiff@oplerno.com, and I'll answer your question right away.
And please remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.